I know I'm a bit late with this, but here are my thoughts on the new Elvis movie, directed by Baz Luhrmann and starring Austin Butler as Elvis. The film tells Elvis Presley's life story through the perspective of his greedy manager Colonel Tom Parker, played by Tom Hanks, and chronicles his career ups and downs, personal struggles, and his eventual downward spiral. Growing up in Memphis, Tennessee, in a poor family, Elvis is influenced as a child by gospel and rhythm and blues music that would eventually formulate his own style. In a time of racial divide and segregation, Elvis crossed racial lines with his music, and his revolutionary on-stage dancing style did cause controversy at the time for its sexual nature. After achieving mainstream popularity, Colonel Parker steps in and takes advantage. An illegal immigrant and gambling addict, Parker began to force Elvis into overdrive, making him do a slew of increasingly poorly received movies throughout the 1960s, and later a rigorous touring schedule throughout the 1970s. After meeting Priscilla Presley in the army in 1958, Elvis and Priscilla get married, and the film also explores Elvis's shaky marriage due to his flamboyant lifestyle. This movie was not quite as bad as I was expecting it to be, but it still didn't quite work for me either. First of all, everyone raves about Austin Butler's performance as Elvis, but I thought it was rather average. I believed it to be not much more than just a good impersonation of Elvis, which is good for the on-stage scenes, but when he has to act in a scene where Elvis is not performing a song, it's not entirely believable and it is hard to emotionally connect. Butler did a passable job impersonating Elvis, but he didn't quite inhabit Elvis. Now here's the bigger issue with the acting: Tom Hanks' performance. I usually love Tom Hanks, but my god, he was miscast in this. This is easily his worst performance in his entire career. His exaggerated Dutch accent is over the top and cringe-inducing. He gave a cartoonish, overly villainous performance as Colonel Parker, and it also doesn't work because Tom Hanks is too likeable to play a person as greedy and unlikable as Parker. The film, for me, was also not very smart with the liberties it took with historical accuracy. They decided to add a stupid scene with Elvis actually getting arrested for his dancing, which, although police did watch the concert, he was never arrested. And an overly dramatic scene in which Elvis flips out at Colonel Parker while on stage, which didn't happen at all. These scenes show an Elvis more aggressive than the real Elvis. Some of the things that they either omitted or rushed through in the movie actually would have made the movie more interesting. They very much glossed over the entire 1960s until the comeback special, in a rushed montage, and barely spent any time in the movie at all on his mental and physical decline in the 1970s. Another unnecessary change, and probably the worst offender, was when the movie showed the comeback special being planned, built, and fully prepared as a Christmas special, and then Elvis suddenly sings If I Can Dream as a protest to that. In reality, it was planned as a Christmas special, but that idea was abandoned respectfully before any set was built. In true Baz Luhrmann style, everything in this movie, from the camera work to the editing and music, is all flashy, bright, and over the top. The use of modern day rap music and modern remixes and covers of Elvis's songs in parts of the movie was annoying, out of place, and to me disrespectful to the era in which the movie was set. There were many rushed montages with show-offy, disorientating camera work and editing tricks that made it hard to absorb information and understand what was going on. The one merit I do give the movie is that it did nail some of the costumes and set pieces. At times it is a visually nice looking film, but it's butchered by all its other problems. Anyway, those are my thoughts on the new Elvis movie. See you guys in the next video.